Learn how to create C-weld elements and how to connect two different mesh. So this is the problem statement we are going to solve. The problem statement is already set up, that is material of steel element type of 3D force is already defined on the right side and constraint already defined on the left side. So if you take a look at the problem statement, you will know that one side you have a very fine mesh and on the other side you have a very coarse mesh. So the issue with this is the elements are not connected together at this middle of the component. So to fix this, we will have to create some sealed elements. The output we want to see in this case is displacement and stress. So let's see what problems do we have with this model and how do we fix it with sealed elements directly in HyperMesh. So this is the problem statement which is already opened up in HyperMesh, and you can see we have a force applied on the right side and constraints applied on the left side. Now here materials are already defined, properties already defined, even load step is already defined. So you can directly solve this setup as it is, and then we can see the issues with this setup. So I will go to OptExtract and OptExtract to start solve this problem. Once it is done solving, I will click on results. Now, once the results are opened up, let me fit this to screen. And if I go to control and if I show you the contour of displacement, you will notice that there is some issue on only one side, that is on only one mesh. This software is showing me the result, on the other mesh there is no result. This is because the elements are not connected. So whatever forces and constraints you are applying, they are not getting transferred. Similarly, if I show you the result of stresses, you will see the stresses are only where I have applied the force not getting transferred through the. So this is because of the discontinuity between the elements. So to solve this, we have to connect the elements together. So here we are going to use C-weld elements. So let me go directly back to HyperMesh. So now in HyperMesh I am going to create some elements which we are going to use to create build elements. So first we are going to create some 2D element. So I will go to property. And I will create some property for 2D element. I'm going to give the name of the property as membrane. Type P shell card image as special material as the material which is already created. Give a different color to the property and click on create edit. So once you click on create / edit, it will ask you for thickness. So here I'm going to give a very negligible thickness of 10 to power 6. Then we are going to go to the user comment section and enable mid-2 options. Mid-2 options is defined for vending. So under options I will choose the option of blank. Blank means pure membrane, that is no pending is going to happen. Similarly, we will enable mid-3 option. Mid-3 option is for transverse shear. And here under options I will give it blank. That means no transverse shear is going to happen. That is, software will assume a very high shear stiffness. Now click on return. So the 2D property is created. Now we will create a 2D component. So I will go to the components. So here I have to create 2D components. First I will give the name as membrane fine. This is for fine mesh. So here we have two different types of mesh. One is fine, one is coarse. This is for fine mesh. Here we will give the color to the component. Property as membrane. And click on create. Similarly I will create one more component, membrane coarse. This is for coarse mesh. Again, change the color to something else. And click on create. And return. Now if I go to components, you can see we have these two new components created. Now we have to extract 2D elements from these 3D elements. So to do that, first let me start with the coarse mesh. So I will disable the fine mesh, and here I am going to extract faces from this coarse 3D mesh. So to do that, go to tool page. Faces panel. Select the component. And simply click on Find Faces. As soon as you click on Find Faces, software will create a new component called as Faces, which has all the 2D elements extracted. Now click on Return. Now what I want is I want to transfer these 2D elements into our component membrane coarse. So to do that, you can go to Organize panel. Select the element, so I will select one element here and I will select elements by phase. And I will transfer them destination component to membrane coarse and I will click on move. If you click on move, the elements will be moved. You can check by the color. And now click on return. So now I can delete the faces component. So right click on faces component and delete. Say yes. So I have extracted 2D elements at this interface from the 3D elements. The same thing we are going to repeat for fine mesh. So I will hide all the other components. Again, I will go to the Faces panel. Select the component, click on Find Faces and return. Now I will go to Organize panel, select one of the element. Make sure while selecting you select the element on this surface. Select the element and say Elements by Face. Now this I want to move to Membrane Find Component and click on Move in Return. So now I can delete the Faces component. Now if I show you. If I hide the solid fine and solid cos components, you can see we have two different mesh. This is membrane fine as well as membrane cos. Now, between these two mesh we can create some weld elements. So before we create the weld elements, we have to create the property. So I will go to the property icon. I will give the name of the property as welds. Here give the color to the property. Type of the weld is going to be 1D, card image is going to be P-weld and material is going to be steel. Now click on Create Edit. Here we will define the value of D, which is the diameter. So in our case I am going to use a value of 0.1 and return and again return. So property is created. Now we will create the component for welds. So component name is weld. Give a color to the component and property as welds. Now click on Create and return. Now to create the actual weld elements, we will go to 1D page, Spot Weld panel. In Spot Weld panel we will use elements to create the welds. We will select these 2D elements that we have extracted. Element config we will choose as rod weld location, we will choose all the nodes present on these elements. Property we will choose as weld search tolerance. We will keep to 0.1 and click on Create. As soon as you click on Create, software will start creating the build elements, and once it is done you can click on Return. So if you want to see the weld elements you can hide all the other components, and if I zoom in you should be able to see these 1D elements. Now if I show everything. Here the two different mesh is connected using beds, so I will save the file. This is page, go to OptiStruct and OptiStruct. It will ask you to overwrite. I will select yes and this will start solving the file. Once it is solved it will go to results. Now I will go to contour and if I click on apply you can see the deformation is going through all the elements. So there is a distribution of displacement throughout the entire mesh. This is because these mesh, or you can say these two different mesh, are now connected together by sealed elements, and that is why there is a transfer of forces and constraints taking place. Similarly, if you want to see the result of stress, click on apply and this is the result of stressors. Let me change the averaging method to simple and click on apply for a newer, smoother distribution of stressors. So this is how you can create C-weld elements.